Okay, today we're going to talk about ratios and proportions. Here's what your toolkit entry looks like on ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. A ratio can be written in words, as a fraction, or with colon notation. So just keep in mind that a ratio is really just a fraction. Here in the example at the bottom, it changes 4 raisins to 7 peanuts into an equivalent ratio by multiplying by the giant 1, which is 20 over 20, to get 80 raisins over 140. Therefore, 4/7 is equal to 80 140ths. Which set of fractions are equal to each other? I'm hoping you guessed 2/7 and 6/21. The giant 1 that was used was 3 over 3. Since these two ratios are equal, they form a proportion. A proportion is just when two fractions are equal to each other, or you could say two ratios are equal to each other. So here's an example of a word problem that we can use a proportion to solve for the missing information. Mr. Takaya can eat 3 slices of pizza in 5 minutes. So I set up the ratio of 3 slices to every 5 minutes. If he continues to eat at the same rate, how long will it take him to eat the whole pizza? 12 slices. So I'm going to set this equal to 12 slices over our missing piece. How many minutes? So there's a couple ways we can solve. We can solve by using equivalent fractions. So 3 times what number gives us 12? Well, that's 4. So 5 times 4 is 20 minutes. Okay, that's one way to solve the proportion. Sometimes we can't always see what we're going to multiply by. So you can use the last example to show you the cross multiplication method for solving. So cross multiplication is when you go across and you multiply those values together. So 5 times 12, that gives me 60, and that would be equal to 3 times x. So then to get the answer, we're going to divide 60 by 3. And that gives us 20, which is the same answer we got in the last slide. Let's take a look at a couple more. All right, so let's use our method to solve this problem. We have 6/25 equals 15 over a missing value. So we're going to cross multiply. 25 times 15 gives us 375. And that's going to be equal to 6 times x. So we're going to divide 375 by 6. And that gives us 62.5, which is our answer, our missing value for x. If you think you have it at this point, you can stop the video. If you want to see a few more examples, keep watching. All right, so here's the next example. Why don't you copy it down, pause the video, and try it on your own. So here's what you should have gotten. 2 times x gives us 2x, and 8 times 7.5 gave me 60. So 60 divided by 2 gives me 30 equals x. 30 would be the answer.